So there's 4 3mm screws in total, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. Let's go ahead and get them removed. Once you have these 4 screws removed, what I like to do is lift up the trolley handle and then use this to pull on it. Now with the trolley handle removed, the top cover assembly is held on by 8 3mm screws. So let's go ahead and remove those. With those screws removed, we can go ahead and lift the cover off. Now keep in mind that there's going to be some cables connecting the cover to the wheel, so make sure when you lift up, you can come in here and there is a white clip for you to, a latch for you to release, and then you can pull off the head of the cable.
The first thing we gotta do is remove the front handle. So the front handle is held on by 6 screws, 3 on each side, and they are 4mm head screws. Now there's 2 on the front and 1 on the side. With those 6 screws removed, we can go ahead and remove the front handle. Now keep in mind that the logo light will be here as well, and then it'll be left hanging. That is okay, but now the front handle is removed. If you're having issues with your front headlight being too loose, it is held on by 2 screws that have these 2 holes, 1 on each side, for you to stick a 4mm hex key in order to tighten it, and this will make sure that the tension is correct. However, if you're looking to remove it, what you want to do is remove these 2 screws. So, you use your hex tool, it's a little tight, so use your hex tool. And just like that, with the headlight loose, we go ahead and remove this plug. Make sure you use your finger to push it down, or you can push down that clip to release it. And then you can slide the head through. To reinstall the headlight, we're going to shove the wire through here. Making sure to feed that wire. There you go, behind the screw. And then when installing the motion light, just making sure that the INMOTION logo is facing the top. And this will make sure that the cutoff beam is correct. Now before we screw it in, we're going to plug in the cable, because that allows the cable to sit into the gap here. And then we're going to pull the screw apart so that we can install our light. Now this is a 4mm hex, so we're going to go ahead, align the screw hole, and tighten it down. Now after you tighten this down, you will want to check the tensioning on the headlight to make sure that you can still move it with your hand, so it's not too tight when you need to adjust, but also not too loose so that it flops when you move up and down. So having a little bit of friction, something like this, is perfect. And there you go. Just tuck those cables in and we're done. Now to install the front handle, we're going to grab our logo light and buzzer. We're going to make sure that the wires are fed so they don't get pinched. Now there is a slot here in the front handle, so this is where the logo light goes. And it's a bit of a fit, so you can actually leave it in there and it'll stay there in place. And then what you'll want to do is make sure that your cables don't touch. And then you can insert this onto the wheel. And it should click into the right place. And once it is, we'll put on the 4 screws in the front and then 2 at the top. So you grab your 4mm hex screws. They are all the same length, so you don't have to worry about matching up the right or wrong screws. And we're just going to lightly thread them in, get all the screws into place, and then we'll tighten everything down. Now when you're doing this, you do want to make sure up here that if you had put all your cables properly, that you're not putting any on between the battery and the handle. You want them all into this hole here so that we can clear them when we put on the top cover, and we don't pinch any wires when we screw on the front handle. Now with this hole right here, you have to make sure that it's lined. Right now there's a gap, so it won't align, but if we press it in into a tight fit, this hole should line up perfectly. And there you have it. So now that this top bolt is in place, we're going to tighten this down. Just a hand tight, and then we'll do the front screws. Tight, and then just a quarter turn. There you go. Now let's do this side over here. So on this side again, we're going to throw this screw in. If this is perfectly aligned, this screw should go in just perfectly without any hassle. There you go. We can tighten this down, and then we'll cinch up the front bolts. Once it's snug, you can see that this line is perfectly fit all the way to the top. Now when putting the top cover, you'll want to make sure you plug in the display cable, which is near the Ride Connect module at the back. With that clicked into place, we're going to put down our top cover while making sure that none of the cables are being pinched or have the ability to be pinched. With that in place, we'll put all of the screws lightly in first. Now that all the screws are in place, we're going to go and tighten them down one at a time. Now when you tighten them down, just make sure that the body line sits flush with the body, and this will make sure that you have the best eye aesthetic experience. Now lastly, we have the trolley handle. I'm going to place it in the groove and screw it down. With the 3mm screws, 4 of them. With that all done, you should be good to go and turn on your wheel.